Hey, all you CCC fans out there, it's me, Spider Slayer from Comic Book Corner, getting ready to do another episode of the new number ones. This month coming up is for April, and let me just tell you that this month we have quite a bit of books from Dark Horse, only a few from Marvel, one from DC that I could find. DC's website sucks now. I can't stand it. It's so hard to navigate through and it's so slow. There's one from IDW, two from Dynamite, and Image has about four. So, with that being said, let's just jump right into it. For the month of April, the new number ones. There we go. So the first one is, I hope I can pronounce this right, and this is from Dark Horse. Um, Albastar Wolves number one. This book will be released in April 11th. The price point will be $3.50. This book is a 5-issue miniseries, and it's illustrated by Steve Lieber. I think that's how you say his name. And covers are done by Craig Ruth. And not too sure of what this is about, but I thought it had a pretty badass cover. So, and again, it's a 5-issue miniseries. It's not an ongoing series, but it looks pretty cool. But me personally, I don't go buying too many Dark Horse comics, so I probably will not check this one out. But looks interesting, and if you find that you want this book, hey, it might be the next best thing for you. So with that being said, we're going to move on. Okay, here's a funny one for you. Gru versus Conan, number one. Um, what can I say about this issue or this series? It just looks funny. Um, this one will be released on April 18th. The price point is $3.50. The writer is Mark Avanar, and the artists are Sergio Arganos and Thomas Yates. Um, it is like a fantasy humor book, and this is also a 4-issue miniseries, and it was concocted by the Eisner Award-winning team of Mark Evnar and Sergio Aguirre, aided by master illustrator Thomas Yates and master colorist Tom Luth. And it just says, "Will Conan annihilate Gru? Will Gru turn out to be the man who can defeat Conan? Well, we'll see." And so, yeah, it looks like some humor there. It's a funny looking cover, Conan classic character. Gru's a classic character, so why not should they battle, right? Funny stuff. Funny stuff, let me tell you. So with that being said, let's just keep moving on, and we're going to move on to with here is a funny looking cover here, and this is the Savage World of Reset. Yes, funny looking here. It's like some ape-man smoking a cigarette, and it just says, "Battling past mistakes and doomed to repeat them." So, with that being said, um, this book will be released as well on April 18th, and the price point is also $3.50. The story is by Peter Badge. Art is done by Peter Badge. And the cover is done by Peter Badge and Matt Kint. The publishers, of course, are Dark Horse. And April 18th again, and the price was $3.50. And the description here is, if you could relive major events in your life, would you take a stab at making things better? And would you best attempts only making things worse? Or would you use your second chance to put your most twisted, perverted fantasies in motion? And it says, these are questions washed up actor comedian Guy Krause asks himself after he signs up to be the main research subject for virtual reality experiment. This looks pretty interesting. It's just like one of those things that you hear on the radio. Um, you too can sign up to be, get paid to do these certain studies and get paid for them. And this kind of reminds me of those cheap commercials on the radio. But this book looks pretty interesting. It's probably an interesting read. Um, I don't know if I'll check it out. It looks like it's black and white on the inside from the pages that I saw, but it looks funny. It looks interesting. Um, but we'll see. So next, moving on with another number one um, from Dark Horse, and this one looks pretty interesting. So what we're gonna do here is move on. Resident Alien number 0. This is a pretty badass cover. I think I like it. Again, I'm not too thrilled about Dark Horse comics. I really don't read any of them, but it's a nice cover. And this book will be out on the 18th of April as well, and its price point is $3.50. The writer is Peter Hogan, and the artist is Steve Parkerhouse, and the cover artist is also Steve Parkerhouse. So this is like a science fiction crime type of book. And the description here is: surviving a crash landing that ruins his spaceship, and a stranded alien hopes to quietly live out his life in the sleepy town of Patience, USA, masquerading as a semi-retired doctor. He has some alien powers of empathy and the ability to mask his odd appearance from most people. But how long can he last undercover? After 3 long years of living below the radar, something in Patience is about to pull him out of his hiding and into an uncomfortable spotlight. An alien adventure with humor, heart, and mystery. So that's the description that it says here. And it's Resident Alien number 0. Who knows? Could be the next big thing, guys. If you're interested, go ahead and check it out. Again, it comes out on the 18th of April. All right. Next one here. You guys might be familiar with this one, all you gamers out there. This is Mass Effect's Homeworld issue number 1. This will be released on April 25th, and the price point here is $3.50. So this is obviously based off the video game, so you guys are familiar with this. You should have an idea of what's going on. I unfortunately don't have enough time to play video games that much anymore, but the cover looks badass, and I know the video game on TV looks badass as well. So for any of you guys that are interested in Mass Effect's Homeworld number 1 and a fan of the video game, well, now's your chance. Go out and buy it, guys. So with that being said, we're going to move on to probably the one title that I might pick up. It looks very interesting, and that is Star Wars Blood Ties. Boba Fett is dead. Check out that cover. That could not be more awesome. Boba Fett lying dead with his pistol next to him. Freaking awesome. I love it. This book will be released on April 25th, and the price point for this one is $3.50. And the description I have here is that Boba Fett is dead. The most infamous hunter in the galaxy has been hunted. He's lying broken on the desert floor. He's more blaster holes than man. It is the ultimate ending. However, this is just the start of our story. With the fall of Fett broadcast across the galaxy, someone rises to avenge him. But who could care about the death of a man like Fett? Bounty hunters aren't exactly known for their enduring close friendships, but even a man like Boba Fett has family. And now a blood tie demands blood. So the writer of this book is Tom Taylor. The penciler is Chris Scaff. The cover artist is the same, and the editor is Randy Stradley. So this book, I might actually pick this one up because this just looks awesome. Boba Fett is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, or at least my favorite bounty hunter. And I just love to see how this book goes and how he died and what happened and stuff like that. So this might be one that I might pick up. So with that being said, it's the end of Dark Horse, and we're going to move on to Dynamite, and they have 2 titles. Okay, first with Dynamite, we have The Shadow, issue number 1. Um, couldn't find exactly when the ship date was on this book, but it is released in April. I do know that. The price point on this book is $3.99, and it is done by, I think, Garth Ennis. Ennis is the writer, and I personally don't know too much about the Shadow, but he's like this mysterious uh, character that just kind of wears like this jacket and this hat, and it takes place in like the 1930s, and it is an ongoing series from what I know, and it takes place in New York. Um, but it looks pretty cool. It's got a pretty badass cover here. Um, it might be worth the check out to see what the Shadow is about. Um, but that's all I have to say about that. It is a cool cover that I'm showing here. There's many different covers. There's like 6 of them as far as I know. But this is the one that was appealing to me. So if you are interested in The Shadow, go ahead and check them out, guys. Again, the price point on this book is $3.99. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next book. Voltron Year 1. That's right, guys. Voltron is back with its second book. First one did so good that they decided to do a second one. This book here is $3.99. It's being released in April. It's hard to find ship dates on certain books for Dynamite. They're hard to get some information from. But what I can say is that this book here, all these missions take place before Voltron is found. And here I have a cool variant cover that I wanted to show you. So there's that one. Yeah, so all these missions take place before they're even in Voltron. So what goes on in this series is the group is led by Sven, and they go on all the missions, and eventually it leads up to their discovery of Voltron. So that's why it is called Voltron Year 1. So yes, that will be out sometime in April. Sorry I couldn't get the exact date on it, but again, it is $3.99. So that, with that being said, we're going to move right on in, and we're going to go right to IDW, which I did not find anything but this. Now that's nice. Hero Comics 2012. Cover is done by obviously J. Scott Campbell, and this is a Hero Initiative benefit book. So I'm not too sure what this is about, but I did find out that this has a reprint of an original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story inside. So obviously it has Eastman inside of it because of his turtle stuff. Um, Again, I couldn't find anything on IDW really. Again, certain sites are harder to find books than others. And if there is anything that you guys know that IDW is coming out with this month, just let me know, because I could be interested in buying a book from them, especially in number 1, because IDW seems to be on fire right now. They're coming out with a great series. But again, can't help but appreciate J. Scott Campbell's art. I love his artwork. I collect books that he does his cover art on, not just necessarily for these I don't do them just for the ladies, but it's just the way he draws his characters. Even the males, they're always so detailed and um, nicely drawn, and the shapes that they're drawn is very, very nice. So, but I'll probably pick this one up just obviously for the cover and to read one of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stories. So, if you guys are interested, go ahead and pick up Hero Comics 2012. So with that being said, we're just going to move right along here, and we're going to move to um, Image. Image always has number ones coming out for the month of April, and we're going to move on to, there we go, Danger Club. That's right, Danger Club number one. This book is being released on April 4th. Price point, of course, is $2.99. Most of their books are. And this book looks pretty interesting. The Danger Club is about some teenage superheroes. Um, and it's done by Laundry Walker and Eric Jones. And it's like a cosmic adventure in the 8th grade. But looking at the pics here, it looks like a very, very well drawn book, and it's definitely piquing my interest. So I am going to pick up number one of this book. It definitely looks interesting. I cannot wait to read it, and actually Image Comics is doing very well this year with their number one. So again, I will pick it up. If you guys are interested too, it could be another huge success for Image. So go to the comic store and pick up Danger Club number one. Okay, guys, here's the next one from Image, and this one is 68 Scars River Rat. 104, so it is a mini, and the story is done by Mark Kidwell, and the art is done by Nat Jones and J Photos. And the price on this book is $3.99, and it goes on sale April 11th, 2012. And obviously, I think it is a horror book, guys. Um, here's the description. It reads: Saigon is in flames. Private Kyun Yam is alone and screaming. A handful of human survivors maintains a weakening hold on the only gateway to the skies and escape from Vietnam. And the muddy waters of the Mekong Delta churn. Like a hellish river Styx as the bloated dead rise from the depths. Few will survive the nightmare of 1968, and those who dare, or those who do, will bear its mark. So this looks like a pretty awesome looking cover and interesting read. I've never read the Series 68 before, but it looks interesting. And if you guys are into it, again, it goes on sale on April 11th. And again, the price on it is $3.99. So with that being said, we're just going to move right on through to America's Got Power. That's right, guys. This cover looks pretty cool, and this might look like an interesting book as well. The release date on this book is April 11th, and the price point is $2.39. Um, the summary of this title is: Welcome to America's Got Powers. It's the biggest TV show on Earth, with a chance to win fame, fortune, and get laid or dangled in front of a generation of superpowered teens. All they have to do is win. Who is the fastest, the strongest, the greatest? Who survives? Young Tommy Watt's dream of being the greatest hero of them all might just be shattered when the greatest show on planet begins to reveal its dark heart. So this is another one of Image's secret weapons, I guess, huh? They just keep coming out with new stuff. That's what I like about Image. It's just their things are always so new and fresh and different. But I might check this one out. Not sure. We'll see. But if you guys are interested, check out America's Got Powers. Again, it's being released on the 11th, and it is $2.99. So with that being said, let's move on to Jonathan Hickman's other book that he's going to be releasing. Secret, Issue 1, Teeth with Which to Eat. This book this has got to be the craziest cover for a comic book. But this book is done by Jonathan Hickman and Bo Bodaham, I think it is how you say his name. Yeah, the covers on this book, like I seen the first 3 issues of the covers, and it looks awesome. But the art's done by Ryan Bodham, and oh my god, basically what this book is about, and I'll read the description here in a second. It's a man that gets shot in London, and a law firm gets broken into in Washington. An accountant gives away to the password to his computer, and then something put asleep 20 years ago awakens. And he goes, what is the unsavory relationship and all these things that share? How could it bring down 2 of the largest governments in the history of the world? And again, the comic's name is Secret, and it's a brand new ongoing monthly comic. And it looks freaking awesome. And between Manhattan Projects and Secret, I think Jonathan Hickman's got his hands full, but he's got some pretty good 2 comic books here on hand. So I am definitely, out of all the ones that I'm probably going to check out, it might be Danger Club and this one the most that I check out. But again, the release for this book is April 11th, and again, it is $3.50. So keep your eyes out for this one, guys. Secret. So with that being said, we're going to move on to crappy DC, where I'm not too happy with their site because it made it really hard for me to find stuff. And this is the only book that I found. Now, I went through all the list of books through the month of April, and I thought the new titles were coming out in April. So you guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought they were supposed to be out in April, but this was the only title that I found that was being released in the month of April, and this is Batman Arkham Unhinged, and it's being released on April 11th, and the price of this book is $2.99. It looks pretty cool. I like the cover. The artwork is very nice. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this book just because DC got me so angry with their website. It was so easy before to just click on a date and have a list of all your titles come down. Now I have to sit here and scroll through, or not scroll through, but click on a bunch of pages and go by day or week by week, and the load time was forever, and I was getting so angry. But I'm sorry if I missed any titles. If the new ones are coming out from the new 52 that are coming out this month, just let me know, and I apologize in advance for missing that. But this was the only title that I can find. So another Batman book where we got Two-Face, we have Catwoman, and it looks like I don't know who that is in the background. I don't know if it's Mr. Freeze. I'm not sure, but this is the book that's coming out next month for DC. So we'll see. With that being said, we're finally going to move on, and we're going to move on to Marvel. Okay, and Marvel's first one up is Ultimate Spider-Man Adventures #1. That is right. This is based off of the new cartoon that is being released April 1st, everybody, on Disney XD. This book is released actually on April 25th, and the price of it is $2.99. So again, it's all about from the new um, TV show, and it's about young Peter Parker. So if you guys are interested in Ultimate Spider-Man Adventures, this is probably for the younger ones too. I would suggest that you go out and purchase this one. So with that being said, we're just going to move right along. Next is Avengers #1, or Avengers 1, sorry, The Coming of the Avengers #1. And this does not give me much of a description, besides it being the colorist is John, I can't even say his name, Francois Boulle. But it goes on sale April 11th, and the price is $3.99. And it looks like basically, I think, like an origin of some type of how the Avengers started. Because if you can see the picture here, it's got old school Hulk, it's got old school Iron Man, and it's got Thor on there. So just based off of the cover, but I could be wrong. It looks like maybe some type of origin tale, something of that nature. But again, it comes out in April 11th, and it is $3.99. So coming close to the end, we're going to move on to The Secret Service, done by Mark Millar and Dave Gibbons. Um, Mark Millar's stories tend to be a little on the disturbing side, but I do like his stories. I've read like Nemesis and obviously Kick-Ass and things of that nature. But this book goes on sale April 11th, and the price is $2.99. And obviously, from the writer of Kick-Ass and the artist of The Watchmen comes a collaboration of decades in the making. And the Secret Service is the ramifications of how America is struggling on the world stage. Funding is being seriously undercut to balance the books, and some people are trying to do their best to take advantage of the fragile global situation. The hero and sidekick guys who lead the book. So I don't know. It kind of looks like an interesting book. Um, if you're into these types of like cops and things like that, but I might check it out. I don't know about you guys, but you know, it's there if you want it, and it goes on sale again April 11th, $2.99. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to our final book of the night, and it's the granddaddy of them all. Avengers vs. X-Men #1. That's right, guys. It's finally here. And it is being released April 4th of this year, obviously, for $3.99. That is right. Avengers vs. X-Men. We've been waiting forever. It's the granddaddy of epic events ever. The battle that we've been all waiting for. And I hope it does not suck. But the writer is Brian Michael Bendis. The pencilers Mark Bagley, Ryan Stegman, Salvador Lacora Martinez. The inker is Mark Farmer, Michael Jason Paz, and Herberto Ramos. And the colors and the letters and others and all that's being done by a whole bunch of other people. But guys, we've been waiting a long time for this one, so let's hope it lives up to the hype. And be sure to reserve your copy, because I'm sure they'll sell out. And then you'll have to get second printing or third printing or fourth printing or some kind of variant to read this story. But again, guys, go to the store on April 4th, and it is $3.99. And I think actually this week, I think Avengers vs. X-Men #0 comes out, I think this week, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, I think we are done. That's right. We are done. There's no more. Overall for the month of April, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 new number ones out. I wasn't too excited about most of them, but you know, not every month can there be a whole slew of number ones that we look forward to. So you gotta pick and choose and see what you want to grab, and at least you guys know most, if not all, the number ones are coming out in April, and who knows, it could be the next biggest comic on the market out there today, and you can say that Spider Slayer helped you find out what the newest number ones were. So with that being said, guys, that is it for the evening for me. Sorry if I sounded like I was struggling through this video a little bit, but I got a major migraine headache, but I wanted to get this out for you guys in time for the new month. So with that being said again, I'm going to take some Advil and I'm going to go right to bed. So thank you, CCC fans, for watching this video. This is Spider Slayer from Comic Book Corner signing off. Good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks for watching.